be out here for the 2025 Women's March. This is more important than it has ever been before, as we're heading into what I personally think is going to be a very dark time for the United States. We have a lot of very vulnerable groups of people that this election is going to deeply affect, and it's more important than ever that we come together and we unify as a community and we keep fighting the good fight to protect the rights for every disenfranchised group of people that's out there. So we're really excited to be here.
Okay, so it's been really important for me as a mother of two young daughters, to make sure that my children have a place in the future where they don't feel marginalized and where their power as women is seen as something positive versus something negative. The People's March in Philadelphia is giving hope to a lot of people who feel marginalized, not just women. So it's been really, really important for us to be involved with this, to make sure that we continue the energy and the movement of and the hope that Kamala Harris brought to us, which unfortunately was dissipated with elections. But we want to keep that energy and that movement and that hope for the future, and hope for happiness, and hope for everybody to be included. We also want to make sure that we have a world, a planet to live on in the future, and that my children are able to actually survive this planet. And with everything happening environmentally, it's really important to bring that to the forefront as well, which seems to not be the message that we're going to be getting from the new administration. So with everything considering, we are trying to get this grassroots national movement to be more of a Philadelphia-based organization as well, so that way we have this for our future generations.
Hi, I'm Cassidy. This is Miriam.
I'm Miriam from Peace, Justice, Sustainability Now, and we're happy to be here today. I'm very optimistic. This is a great turnout for so early.
Very happy to have Miriam, an experienced organizer, helping out. So it's exciting. Also nice to hear somebody else be optimistic about it.
I have a lot of hope that the people are going to join together and work as a community in Philadelphia and beyond to call out this fascist regime and say, don't be afraid to say this is fascism, because that's really what it is. And when we see immigrants starting to be deported, we have to stand up. When we see books being banned, we have to say something. When we see bombs being dropped, we definitely need to say something.
Hi, I'm here because I care about the climate and climate justice, and I'm active in several different organizations. I am hoping that somehow or other we will deal with the fact that we need to address climate right now. We're seeing in the fires in Los Angeles that climate change is here. I think we have a polar vortex going on right now, which is bringing us 1 degree weather a few nights from now, that kind of thing. So I'm out here just to say Trump does not represent me, and if he says burn baby burn, he's on the wrong track. That's it.
My name's Eric. I'm a member of Socialist Alternative. We're out here trying to try to protest the incoming Trump administration. And I think the two main things I want to say is that Trump, the second time, is going to be way more scary than the first time, but he can be defeated with mass struggle.
Rising Philly is going to get us kicked off here today with some songs, so enjoy.
We're going to keep on walking forward. Keep on walking forward. Keep on walking forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. Keep on walking proudly. Keep on walking proudly. Keep on walking proudly. Keep on loving boldly, never turning back, never turning back. We'll reach across our border, reach across our border, reach across our border. We're gonna keep on walking forward. Keep on walking forward. Keep on walking forward. Never turning back. Never turning back.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
I am not the MC, but I am Cassidy Harkins, the organizer. Thank you all for coming. So we do have a special MC here. You may recognize her from a Frank's Red Hot commercial, or working with the New Heights podcast, or working on rallies and campaigns with Kamala Harris. So Bridget McFadden is here to be our MC for the day.
Hello. How are you guys doing today? Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for Cassidy. We are here for the People's March. How excited are we to be here today? So how are you guys doing today? I said, how are you doing today? Honestly, I hate when speakers do that and are like, I can't hear you, say it again, because I'm like, bitch, I know you heard me. But I realize that I'm on stage right now with a microphone, which puts me in a position of power, meaning I can do whatever I want, tell you guys to do whatever I want. Wait a minute. That sounds exactly like the reason we're here today. Because people in powerful political positions are trying to tell us what to do and force us into situations that we don't want to be in. They're trying to take things away from us. Things as little as a social media app that brings us joy and we can speak freely on. And honestly, that kind of gives us more information than the news does at this point. To things as big as taking family members from their homes and sending them back to countries that they so bravely left. Or taking rights away from women, trans, and non-binary people to make decisions about their own bodies. So we've got an incredible lineup today of state representatives, a member of the Philadelphia City Council, one of the good ones, and organizations like Planned Parenthood. Honestly, I hope that Philly Elmo makes an appearance today too, because that's when you know it's a party in Philly. Philly Elmo, if you can hear this, just make an appearance today. I have a little crush. So we're all gathered here today for a number of reasons. So I want to have you guys speak to who's here marching for rights to make decisions about their bodies? Who's here marching for social justice? Who's here marching because they, friends, or family members came to America from another country and they're not ready to go back? Who's here because they saw a big group of people and came over because they wanted to see what was going on and they're still a little confused, but they're just happy to be a part of something? Who's here marching for progress and not ready to go back? And who here is a Swiftie? What do you mean that's not relevant? It's a proven fact that Swifties are all Democrats. You guys want to get brunch later and talk about how Taylor should release Reputation Taylor's version on Inauguration Day? Okay, let's do that. So before I hand this mic over, aside from their songs, I wanted to do another song for you guys because every rally deserves a really good hype song too. And you guys have been crushing it so far too. Let's hear it for Philly Voices Rising. So Kamala had Beyonce's Freedom. Trump has the YMCA, which is a gay anthem, by the way. We all know this by now. The frontman tried to pretend it's not, but it is. Even Tim Walz has From the Window to Tim Walz. So I want to just play a little clip from a song that really inspired me. I first heard it 4 years ago during the Biden-Trump election era. And if you guys don't know the words to it, I think you'll pick it up really quickly. So this is one that really means a lot to me.
Fuck down Trump. Fuck down Trump. Yeah, nigga, fuck down Trump. Yeah, fuck down Trump.
I asked if that was allowed before doing that. All right, so let's give it up again for Philly Voices Rising.
So we want to remind you that the tradition of singing as protest is as long as humans have had voices. And so we come out of the tradition in this country of civil rights songs, some of which we've remade for the current time. And this beautiful song, sung by my longtime friend Annie, is out of that tradition, and we have repurposed it, reimagined it to not just to be about heaven, but what we can do right here.
Up over my head, up over my head, I see freedom in the air, I see freedom in the air, up over my head, up over my head, I see freedom in the air, up over my head, I see freedom in the air, really do believe, I believe there's the path somewhere. Up over my head, up over my head, I see justice in the air, I see justice in the air. Up over my head, I see justice in the air, I see justice in the air. Up over my head.
Kahn, state representative, who is Philly born and raised. He was inspired to take a break from his day job as a nurse practitioner to speak out about injustice by his parents, who emigrated here from Pakistan. Tarik has passed several bills into law, including legislation expanding access to health care for children and security funding for mosques, synagogues, churches, and LGBTQ plus centers at risk for hate crimes. Let's give it up for Tarik.
Philadelphia, how do you feel today? My name is State Representative Tarik Kahn. I represent Manayunk, Roxborough, East Falls, and Chestnut Hill. Thank you. And I want to first say, I'm a proud Muslim American. And a lot of us are now in vulnerable groups with this new administration. And the first thing I want to say to you, I'm going to keep this brief, but the first thing I'm going to say to you is that you are not alone. You are not alone. Whether you are a Muslim American or another religious minority that finds themselves now at risk with the target on their back with the president who is racist, Islamophobic, and xenophobic. Whether you're a member of the LGBTQ plus community and you now are afraid to love who you are, to be who you are. Whether you're a woman or a birthing person and you're afraid that you may not be able to decide when you want to have a child. Whether you're an immigrant and you feel the target on your back from an administration that is so racist and xenophobic that they're willing to put anyone under the bus to win an election. I want to let you know that you are not alone. Look around, you have community. And over the next 4 years, we're going to need to come together like we did in 2017. We're going to need to rely on each other. We're going to need each other to pick ourselves up, to be resilient, to form community. Remember what happened. I'm a nurse practitioner, and I saw what happened with the Affordable Care Act. Donald Trump, that was the one that he really wanted. He really wanted to take down the ACA. Now, did we let him do that? What did we do? Did we stand up? Did we fight back? Did we protect the ACA? Is the ACA now the law of the land? We are going to organize. In this last election, we saw what happened. Some called it a red wave. But we'll look what happened in Pennsylvania among the State House. We had a 1-seat majority. And in this election, every single Democratic incumbent won, and we protected our 1-seat majority in the State House. Last week when I took my oath of office, I was proud to re-elect the first woman, the first black woman to ever be Speaker of the Pennsylvania House, Speaker Joanna McClinton. Your advocacy is not in vain. We stand together. We are going to get through these next 4 years together. Stay hopeful, stay engaged. Elected officials, I need you to make sure that all of you are holding us accountable. Whether we're in the local office here at City Hall, whether we're a state office in Harrisburg, or whether we're in Washington, D.C., whether you're a congressperson, a senator, or yes, the president. We need you to hold elected officials accountable. When I'm in Harrisburg, I expect when I look back to see you all. Are you going to stay engaged? Are you going to fight back? Are you going to stay hopeful? I want to end with a poem. It's one of my favorite poems, and it gives me hope in this time. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloodied but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade. And yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Resist! 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 Thank you, I love you all. Stay engaged.
Thank you so much, Tarik. Also, we have so much space here. I don't know if you guys want to come over, move on over. If you want to, you don't have to. But I would love to read some signs. People brought really cool signs today, so I want to give you guys shout outs. You worked really hard on these. So we have some bands off our bodies. Together we fight for all. I love that. Love, not hate, makes America great. I saw a few of those too. If you're not outraged, you are not paying attention. Facts. We have Ruth sent us. Love that. You deserve prison, but you won't. Yes! Wait! Yay! Taylor Swift quote. Sorry, I'm a mix. That's from The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. Stream it now. You deserve prison, but you won't get time. I know it's about Maddie Healy, but I wonder if she wrote a Trump in mind a little too. What else do we have? Pro-choice because you will never have to babysit. That's really good. Nobody's illegal on stolen land. Marching to work off my stress eating. I really like that. Against abortion, get a vasectomy. I mean, Trader Trump, facts. Thank you guys all for being here today. I'm gonna read a few more. Her body, her choice. Can I move with this? Okay. People of quality don't fear equality. These are so good, guys. Just want an honest government that gives, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna say a bad word, fuck, about all people like all of us do. Right when I walk, of course there's children right next to me. Immigration reform now. That one looks like a Taco Bell hot sauce and I love that. Oh my gosh. What does yours say? For my future? What's your name? Silva? Thank you so much for coming out today. Can I show everyone your sign? This is Silva's sign. How old are you, Silva? 5. You're 5? Thank you so much for coming out here today. You are the future, so we're so happy you're here. And how are you guys? Good? What are your names?
Noelani.
And what's your name?
Anya.
Nice to meet you. How old are you guys?
6. 9.
And 9? Thank you guys for being out here today. This is amazing. We also have another little one up front. The fight isn't over. You're right. You're absolutely right. What did Kamala say? What did she say? When we fight, we win. I had the quote and I memorized it. Now I just forgot it right now. When we fight, we win, but the fight might take a while. Was that the exact quote? Close enough. Close enough. Thank you. Although the TikTok psychics have been saying that Trump's not going to get inaugurated, so I don't know. We still have a little bit of hope. If anyone's on TikTok and part of the 4 a.m. club, that was people who woke up at 4 a.m. on election night when the results came in. So it's like a club now, and the TikTok psychics, I know you believe, they're still saying that something's going to happen. I don't know. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I'm hopeful. We have BLM, human rights. I can't see far back there, but be a feminist, not fascism. We the people, we have it right here in Philadelphia. That's where it all started, and I'm so glad you guys are all gathered here today.
So we have one of our speakers who is here to speak from Peace, Justice, Sustainability Now. Give it up for Miriam Oppenheimer.
I am so glad you guys are here. Imagine if I was by myself. Oh. I'm so glad we're here. It's so important that we're all out here together. Hi, my name is Miriam Oppenheimer. My granddaddy did not invent the nuclear bomb. My daughter's doing great in college. My son is a talented handyman. My mom's in a nursing home. My dad's writing an article about the movement in the 1960s. I had an abortion when I was a teenager. Shout out to freedom of healthcare. Woo! Recently, I've been very involved in the peace movement, and I'm here representing Peace, Justice, Sustainability Now, and Refuse Fascism. Couldn't find my hat today, sorry. Our name is our purpose. I'm sure you also believe that all things are connected. Our mission is based on the Earth Charter, and it's a plan for a non-violent, equitable, sustainable Earth. Shout out for Mama Earth.
Peace, justice, sustainability now. Peace, justice, sustainability now. Peace, justice, sustainability now. Peace, justice, sustainability now.
Woo! You did, that was awesome. That was awesome. I just got University for 19 years. I got fired for writing "fuck Trump" in chalk. Can I get a fuck Trump? This is why we are here. This is why I see our beautiful pink pussycat hats. I had one my mom made me too. I forgot that one too. I got a lot of hats, don't we all? We're moms, we're daughters, we're activists, we have jobs, we have everything, right? We are busy. We're here for 4 reasons, because we're busy. 1, solidarity and networking. Have you done it yet today? Working on it, love it. Somebody said working on it, love it. We're here for blowing off steam. You guys want to blow off some steam? Say, woo! You guys are awesome. We're here to practice because we're going to need to keep doing this. We need to practice. And we're here for planning for the immediate future. So important. So number 1, solidarity, networking. We're working together to have this big turnout. It should be, bigger, of course, but we're working, we're practicing. We're expressing our outrage, and we're going to continue to work together and not conflict with each other. As you know, there's another protest going on right now. That's a bummer that these things happen, but we're still a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful group. I love looking out and seeing all the pink hats. I love seeing the Socialists. I love the Planned Parenthood. I love the Kafias. I love the Kamala Harris voters. I saw some environmentalists. I saw teachers. Shout out for the teachers. I see healthcare workers, immigration workers. Yes. I see librarians trying to keep books from being banned. Can I get a fuck fascism? You guys are so awesome. Trump is going to mess us up. Campaigns that we have at Peace, Justice, Sustainability Now are facing existential threats of nuclear weapons, and we are going to fight to unite people for a sustainable future. It is so important. We have the people over the Pentagon Act to stop preparation for war, and instead take all of that money, like 53% of our tax dollars are going to war-related stuff. Does that suck? Yeah! So we have to fund human needs, end poverty and economic inequality, and support human rights and equality here at home. You are great, you are great. We have the Trump Watch to respond quickly to his chaos. Feel free to ask me about that later. Second thing, we're here to blow off some steam. We are scared, we are nervous, but we are not holding back, right? Give me the yes! All right, if you see Donald Trump, tell him I said fuck you. All right, number 3, we're here to practice for when we need it, and we're going to need it. Trump has picked 13 billionaires for his administration. Do you? Yeah, do you think those guys are here for me and you? If you guys are billionaires, sorry. There's no way he's here for our best interests. There are 2 Americas, and our 99% needs to practice organizing. The more we do it, the more comfortable we are, the more fun we're gonna have. We gotta have fun, right? We have to practice outreach. We have to practice speaking in front of people. It's very scary. We have to march. Know how to dress appropriately for marching. We have to stay in the streets. It will only take 3% of the entire population to make major administrative changes. We have seen it all over the world. 3% is nothing. I can. And the more you practice, the more you network, the more we're gonna have sustainability in our outreach. Peace, Justice, Sustainability Now will be organizing trainings and campaigns throughout Pennsylvania, speaking the truth to power in 2025 and beyond, and we want everyone to join us. Number 4, planning for the immediate future. learning about and using all the tools we need. We need nonviolent protests in the streets. We need to call our senators. We need to boycott Chevron on January 29th through February 2nd. Does anybody know why? Peace! They're funding so much bombing in Palestine. They are not supporting me and you. They are bombing with Chevron dollars. So boycott Chevron. We're gonna have to have those tough conversations with our racist uncles or whoever. I know you're thinking about who you have to have those tough conversations with. We have to call our senators. Peace, justice, sustainability now calls for no war anywhere, from Gaza and the wider Middle East to Sudan, Sub-Saharan Africa, Burma. We need to prevent a war with China. Things are looking sketchy about that. Obviously the Russia-Ukraine tragedy and the Americas. We work for diplomacy between nations, not war. Our resistance to war is based on a deep commitment to human rights. This includes the right to resist oppression in all its forms. Do you have Senator Fetterman on your telephone? Who has him on your telephone? Fuck that guy. Yeah. 215-241-1090. We need to call him. We need to call McCormick. I know you think it's useless calling McCormick. I know McCormick isn't reaching out to you guys and being like, yo, here's my phone number. It's very hard to call him so far.
Say the number again.
215-241-1090. 1090. Senator Fetterman. Call him now. Tell him to vote against the Lakey-Riley Act. It's an anti-immigration bill. It's bad. Demand the Senate demand the Senate reject warmonger Pete Hegseth. I'm so happy to have such an educated, well thought out crowd. You know who he is. Trump's nominee for defense secretary. He said, this is not a time for equity? What the fuck? This is not a time for equity? Is he out of his mind? Where does he live? He's crazy. He cannot possibly be our defense secretary, but he's going to be. And we have to just keep on it. Okay. Congressional staffers tell us that calls opposing arming Israel have dropped to their lowest levels, with anti-Palestinian voices now outnumbering calls for peace 100 to 1. Can you make a difference? Yes! Make it 100 to 2. Call your senators. In conclusion, we are cold, we are riled up, so we're gonna have full hearts. We are making a difference. We're going to use the tools available to us to fight against this fascist Trump regime, including Senator McCormick. Don't be afraid to say fascism. Don't be afraid to say fascism, because this is fascism. This whole thing with Greenland, what the hell? It's fascism. I have hope. I have hope because you are here. Let's say yay one more time. Yay! We are here! Yes, yes, yes! Thank you guys so much.
Kate and Cassidy organized today's rally because when they went to the People's March national website and saw there was no Philly rally, they thought, oh, somebody must be organizing it. And when they reached out and found out there wasn't, what did they do? They stepped up and organized this today. So a big shout out to these two young women, Kate and Cassidy.
We do still have a few more speakers, and we're so lucky to have Alhambra Frarey here from Planned Parenthood. She's a Chief Medical Officer for Planned Parenthood Southeastern PA. She oversees and provides direction and administration, clinical practice and development of medical services, quality assurance training, and strategic collaborations for expanded access to services. That's a mouthful. That's amazing. Dr. Frarey served as Pennsylvania Hospital's Ryan Program Director, as well as a member of the Health Equity Committee. She held a leadership role for Penn's Post Row Working Group. Let's hear it for Dr. Frarey.
Hi everyone, thank you so much much for being here today. I want to thank the organizers of the People's March. Thank you for doing this, giving us all this opportunity to be together. My name is Alhambra Frarey. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I stand with you here today as an OBGYN, as a mother, as a Philadelphian, and as a proud abortion provider. As you've just heard, I have the immense privilege of serving as Planned Parenthood of Southeastern Pennsylvania's Chief Medical Officer. Right now, across the United States, abortion is banned or severely restricted in 21 states. I feel so grateful to be able to continue to provide life-affirming and life-saving abortion care for my patients here in Philadelphia. I am with them at their most vulnerable and courageous moments. I witness their strength and resilience that they are bringing to a variety of circumstances, and I am honored to support them as they are making empowering decisions about their bodies and their futures. Since the Supreme Court stripped all Americans of federal protections for abortion in 2022, I find myself increasingly caring for patients who are traveling here from out of state. I am taking care of patients who are traveling here from as far as Florida, Texas, Louisiana. These are patients that are being forced to leave their families and leave their communities to access basic health care. I also, since the overturn of Roe, have heard many stories from colleagues across the country about the fear and the confusion that abortion bans are causing for providers and the very real harm they're bringing upon pregnant people and their families. I know that you have read the stories too. Abortion bans are killing people. I would be lying to you if I said I wasn't extremely worried. I am very worried that things are about to get much worse. I am worried for my patients. I am worried for my daughters. I am worried for our community. I know that you are all feeling this deeply as well. I don't need to tell you that come Monday we are facing unprecedented threats. What I would like to tell you instead is how I am maintaining hope and moving forward despite these very valid concerns that we share. So first, I am focused on the fact that I am not alone in this fight. I am thinking about all the other activists near and far, the community organizers, the social workers, the attorneys, the policymakers, and public servants who are fighting for us, who are brave, bold, and innovative people. Without question, some of the smartest and best people I know are fighting for us. I am also inspired and energized to be here with all of you today. Look around at this beautiful crowd of people, this diverse crowd of people. I love Philadelphia. I love its art, I love its grit, I love its diversity, I love its boldness. I am so proud to be a part of this community. I am proud to raise my family here, and I am proud to stand with all of you in this fight for a better society. Undoubtedly, we stand together on the right side of history. As an abortion provider, I also think a lot about the fact that the vast majority of Americans support abortion rights. Abortion has always been and will always be a key part of comprehensive health care that individuals need to determine their bodily autonomy, to control if and when to parent, to take care of the children that they already have at home, and to determine their futures as they envision them for themselves. Abortion is powerful and abortion is popular. Americans do not want politicians making their health care decisions. As a a provider of gender-affirming care and as someone who loves the gender-diverse individuals who I am close to in my life, I also focus on the bravery and the determination of those fighting to live their life as their most authentic self. They know, like I know, that any ban on our bodies is extreme and dangerous, that they are efforts to coerce and control communities, especially Black, brown, and indigenous people and those trapped in systemic poverty. They are efforts to promote patriarchal white supremacy. The fight for sexual and reproductive rights and the fight for LGBTQ+ rights is the same fight, and we are not backing down. I take comfort in the fact that Planned Parenthood has provided care for 109 years. It is wonderful to walk through the doors of our clinics across the greater Philadelphia area and care for our patients alongside the most deeply compassionate, committed, and resilient individuals who make up our staff. I think about the brave volunteers who show up on the coldest and on the wettest days to ensure that our patients feel safe walking past the awful protesters so that they can access the health care that they need. I think about our advocacy and our legal teams who are determined to ensure that we can continue to provide health care to those most marginalized in our community. When Planned Parenthood says care no matter what, we mean it. We have faced defeat before and we have come out stronger. I know that it is going to take all of us to push through the next 4 years. Planned Parenthood needs committed supporters like all of you. Thank you for being here with us in this moment. No matter what happens, Planned Parenthood will keep fighting for our patients and for all people. As we move forward, advocates for sexual and reproductive health rights, LGBTQ+ rights, immigrant rights, disability rights, racial justice, climate justice, labor, and more must all come together if we are going to get through this with resilience as we face these attacks on our basic freedoms. But I am sure, I know in my heart that if we approach this together, we will emerge from each fight stronger and better prepared to build a future where every person has access to the health care they need to live and to thrive. Remember, we are standing together on the right side of history. Thank you so much.
So for our next speaker, we have Councilmember Jamie Gauthier here. So she's Councilmember for the 3rd District, representing West and Southwest Philadelphia. She's the only City Council member with a planning degree, giving her a unique perspective on social and economic issues. Gauthier's agenda prioritizes creating and preserving affordable housing, combating gun violence, protecting the environment, advancing small businesses, and investing in public spaces. Let's give it up to Councilmember Gauthier.
Good morning, Philadelphia. I am Councilmember Jamie Gauthier, and I represent much of West and Southwest Philadelphia on City Council. I won't lie. Like many of you, I'm nervous about what the next 4 years will bring. But I'm also confident that we will be okay. Philadelphia has stared down tyrants before, right? But we are tough, we are gritty, and we have always come out on top. We are going to show the nation and the world what it truly means to believe in freedom. Let me start by telling you what freedom is not. Freedom is not telling us how to live, who to love, what we can and cannot read, or what to do with our bodies. Freedom is not sucking up to billionaires who want to buy our democracy by spreading misinformation and silencing truth. And freedom is not leading a violent insurrection to invalidate the votes of black and brown people and threatening to weaponize the Justice Department against anyone who dares to question you. Philadelphia, if it looks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's a duck, right? And we cannot be afraid to call this what it is, a fascist, racist offensive that traces its roots all the way back to Jim Crow and American slavery. They may have the money and they may have the White House, but that doesn't mean that they have won. Because we know what's coming, and this time we stand ready. Philadelphia City Council's reproductive freedom package codified your right to access reproductive health care, like abortions, and it protects patients and providers from predatory lawsuits. And our City Council has invested in our priorities: safe, stable housing, a clean environment, grassroots anti-violence programs, and a fair shot for everyone, regardless of your race, your gender, your sexuality, your economic background, or your immigration status. Because guess what? Philadelphia is and always will be a sanctuary city. And that's why ICE is banned from using our municipal resources to deport our neighbors. Over the next 4 years, your Philadelphia City Council will remain your biggest ally, a steadfast partner, and your fiercest defender against regressive and un-American policies coming out of Washington. But Philly, I'm really glad to see all of you out here today, because we know that real power and real change doesn't come from City Hall or even Capitol Hill. It comes from these streets. We need to practice brotherly love, sisterly affection, kin kindness, and care for our community, because we know that that is so powerful and so important during times like this. The darkness may be creeping in, but love will always outshine hate. And when they write the history books about this moment, let's make sure that it isn't just about Trump, but also how Philadelphians did not blink when they tried to take away our rights and our freedoms. So we can prove once and for all that it is the people, not fascist politicians and billionaires, that make America great. We may be the underdogs, but we've never shied away from a fight. So Philly, are you ready to fight? I said, are you ready to fight? Are you ready to win? Then let's get it. Thank you so much.
All right, next we have a representative from the organization Philly Socialist Alternative. Eric Jenkins, you're up next.
Can y'all hear me? Yeah! Excellent. So,
Thank y'all all for coming out here. I think it's important that we know the seriousness of the situation we are in. Trump is way more dangerous now than before. The right wing is united. Republicans are united. United around a right-wing, racist deportation program. The cabinet currently has about 15 billionaires, 1% of billionaires in this country. We are in an oligarchy. We are controlled by the billionaire class, particularly Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. The mass deportations, they're real. Trump just said in Chicago, day 2, hundreds of Border Patrol officers will roam to Chicago, grabbing immigrants from their houses, from the communities. They even said they will deport U.S. citizen kids with their documented parents. The right wing is emboldened. Racist texts have been sent to black kids. I was formerly a teacher, and I'm a full-time socialist organizer with Socialist Alternative. And almost half of my kids, I taught 120 kids, half of them got the text saying to get ready to report to the plantation. They told them what school they were going to, etc. Immigrants got texts saying to be prepared to be deported. Trans people got texts saying to be prepared to get re-educated. This is the struggle that we're looking at. And obviously imperialist war. As Trump wants to begin a war with China and escalate the wars that are already happening. There are 50 global conflicts happening right now. And also, he wants to privatize the public sector. That means bus drivers, USPS workers, etc. wants to take away their union. And majority of black workers work in public sector jobs. Attacking the public sector unions is an attack on the black working class. Don't get it twisted. All of this, it's a thank you so much. Oh my God. Trump can be defeated. But how? How can we defeat Trump? We gotta look at what happened in the past. Every time Trump got defeated, whether it was the Muslim ban, was the government shutdown, was mass protests in the streets. Remember 2017, we announced the Muslim ban. What did we do? We went to the airport and shut it down. But it wasn't enough. We had the George Floyd Rebellion. Raise your hand if you were a part of the George Floyd Rebellion. I was. Hundreds of thousands of people in the streets of Philadelphia. But what did we get from it? We got nothing. The George Floyd Justice for George Floyd Policing Act did not pass. The Voting Rights Act is basically over. Segregation in schools is at the same level as it was before the Brown versus Board education. It's as if the civil rights movement has never existed. That's the situation we are in. We need leadership. We need working class methods. What do I mean? Protests like this aren't enough. We need the unions to come out here. How many of y'all work? Raise your hands. It's a majority of y'all. How many of y'all work? A majority of y'all. Talk to your co-workers. Organize in your workplace. Link the demands of your workplace with the larger struggle to fight Trump. Say that if they tried to deport my undocumented co-worker, I would refuse to allow the Border Patrol Police to undocument my co-worker. That's solidarity, and that's what we need. Now, I might say something that's probably might be unpopular, but the Democrats have completely failed. Completely failed. It was an absolute crap show, this election.
And what did Biden say and his team said? And PBS NewsHour, Biden and his team said that the problem was us Americans, we didn't make the connection. We didn't connect the dots of all the great things he's doing for us right now. And that's why we voted for Trump. That basically, we're just stupid. That's why we voted for Trump. But guess what? Things aren't okay. I worked in a public school. I had 3 students with ankle bracelets on their legs. I had students that didn't have a door to their front house. I had a 12-year-old student that watched his best friend get shot in the head and body dumped in a dumpster. Is this a society that's working? No! We cannot rely on the Democrats anymore. It is not enough for a Democrat to come out here, say a speech, talk about love, and then go off into the sunset. That's what happened in 2016. That's what happened for 4 years in a row. Abolish ICE. That movement was started in the streets. We had to fight the Democrats for that. They didn't give it to us. They arrested activists during the George Floyd Rebellion. They tear gas protesters here. And now Cheryl Parker said this. She's going to work with Trump. Politics don't matter. That's what this Democratic mayor said. Basically, Eric Adams is going to Mar-a-Lago. They get tips on how to avoid jail time, probably. And in Chicago, as already said, they're prepared to start the mass deportation program there. They failed to defeat Trump. And also what's a big thing is they stood complicit with the genocidal war that was happening in Gaza, and it's still happening, by the way. So, we do need a break for the Democratic Party. I don't want to hear any bullshit about it's not the right time or it's not realistic. That thinking got us here. That thinking got us here. That thinking is going to destroy immigrant communities. No more excuses. Build the party now. We have to do it now. So, the way forward is to shut down the society. It's to talk to our community and our workplaces. It's to organize collectively. We can win. You cannot let them divide us. If they do, then we are screwed. We need to say that we fight for trans liberation, we fight for black liberation, we fight for women's liberation, we fight for the liberation of all working people around the globe. Now I want to ask, can we do that? Can we defeat Trump? Can we defeat Trump? Can we defeat Trump? Then let's do it.
Now we have one more speaker and then we're gonna march. Are you guys ready to march? Let's do this. All right, so next we have Representative Carroll, who is a dedicated public servant who was born and raised in Philadelphia. And while working for the Philadelphia City Controller's Office, he successfully created a financial literacy program for high school students. He has helped on some amazing campaigns like Bernie Sanders and our own Isaiah Thomas. And he was just sworn in this past September to serve the 201st District of Philadelphia. Let's give it up for Carroll.
Philadelphia Arena House tonight? I said Philadelphia Arena House tonight? First and foremost, I'm going to start by saying there's a lot of things on TV to watch on Monday, and I know what I'll be watching, right? And one of the things that I include our local TV stations, right? So, again, I am Carroll. I'm a state representative from the Uptown section of Philadelphia. I represent Germantown, Logan, West Oak Lane. But I'm so excited to be with the people today. Before getting sworn into office, I was an organizer. I did juvenile justice. I worked with a lot of young people, some of our most vulnerable populations, right? So after getting sworn in September, the order of business was to get the fight for the people and try to save democracy on November 5th. I don't think that we got it right, but I know that the people in this country will continue to fight, and that's what I'm prepared to do. This is my first term. Thank you. This is my first term into office, but I'm here, and I want to let you guys know that we got a lot to fight for. And I know you know that already. I heard some of the speeches earlier, but the fight is not over. The fight is going to be 4 years. We know that. But what I'm sure of is that we will get through this, since we've done this before. On the campaign trail, I spent a lot of time talking to people, and one of the things that often came up was, do we remember what happened 8 years ago when we got this man in office? I know I remember. I think about Charlottesville, often in Virginia. I think about the storming of the Capitol on January 6th. I think about the tasing of our Philadelphia citizens right here on 76. But one thing I know about the people of this city, of this Commonwealth, and this country, that we are resilient. And we will, too, see the light at the end of this tunnel. Thank you. We've seen some devastating things in this country, like the Supreme Court go against the citizens of this country, take away things like the right for a woman to choose what she deems to do with her body, taking away the opportunity to create diversity in some of our academic institutions across the country. And that's not the end. As an openly black gay man in this country, I fear that one day I won't have the opportunity to say I do to the person that I love. It's a true fear, right? But one thing I know is that if we band together, we can stop that. We can stop the bleeding. It's really real. The fear is real. Right now, the Republicans, they do have a slim majority in Congress. They control our Senate. And in a few unfortunate days, they will control the White House as well. But one thing I know that they don't control our energy, they don't control our determination, they don't control our tenacity, and they don't control us. So I want to stand here before you as a member of this state body and House of Representatives, and let you know that I'm ready to fight for you. I'm ready to fight for you, your family, your friends, your loved ones, your future children. I'm ready here to fight for the future of my life, because the only way we get through this is if we do this together. I know a lot of folks got a lot of things to say about Democrats, right? But one thing I will say, I'm a Democrat that probably stands with people, not with institutions, not with billionaires, and not with people who deem to take away the rights of those who have built this country day in and day out. That means that I stand with unions. That means I stand with public education. That means I stand with the right for you to choose what you do with your body. I stand with the right for you to decide what happens with your children. So every single time a bill comes to the State House, and if I got anything to say with it, say about it, that does not improve the quality of your life, it'll be a hell no. And that's my promise. So I'll end like this. The great Martin Luther King, he said something that still sticks with me to this day. He said, we do not get to where we want to go by a passive acceptance of suffering, but a determination against suffering. And that's how I view this, and this is what I will continue to live by, and I look forward to marching with you guys today and continuing through the next 4 years until we get this done. Thank you all.
Let's give it up again for Cassidy and Kate for organizing this whole thing. And give it up to yourselves for being here today. I did see a sign that was like, I could be staying in bed, but I'm here to protect my rights instead. So that's what. All right, thank you guys so much. Let's march to the Art Museum.
Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. These are Harkins education, not for giant corporations.
we can!
Yes, 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 we can! Yes, we can!
Democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Can't hear her, so.
This is what democracy looks like! Free, free Palestine! 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 Here, no hate, no fear! Immigrants are welcome here, no hate, no fear! Immigrants are welcome here, no hate!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
We're not going back!
We're not going back!
We're not going back!
We're not going back! My body, my choice! My body, my choice! My body, my choice! When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! When immigrant rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! This is what democracy looks like! 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 Tell me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Si se puede! Si se puede! Si se puede! Si se puede! Whose choice? My choice! Whose choice? My choice! Whose choice? My choice! Whose body? My body! Protect kids! Not guns! Protect kids! Not guns! Protect kids! Not guns! Thank you! We the people stand together! 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 Actions, not words! Actions, not words! Actions, not words! Actions, not words! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Donald Trump has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Donald Trump has got to go!
Fuck fascism!
Fuck fascism!
Fuck fascism!
Fuck you, Trump! Fuck you, Trump!
Fuck you, Trump!
Fuck you, Trump!
Fuck you, Trump!
Fuck you, Trump! Si se puede! Si se puede! Si se puede! Si se puede!
United! The people! United! Will never be divided!
Good afternoon to you all. My name is Susan Graham, and I'm proud to say I've been a pro-choice feminist for over 15 plus years. Very much. Thank you. Due to the decisions that were made on that cloud dark June day from the Supreme Court, I read this. So I decided to read this to you now. And I go like this. What gives you the right to tell me what to do with my body? What gives you the right to say, no, I can't do this? Who gives you the right to tell me, no, I can't do that? Who gives you the right to say that I'm your property, your possession? Who gives you the right to call me a bitch, a slut, a thought? Who gives you the right to say, I have no rights? I am not a bitch. I am not a slut. I am not a thought. I am a human being. I am a woman. I have rights. I am free. Thank you very much.
Hey y'all, indulge me for a second. I wrote this on election day when I woke up and did not want to get out of bed. Felt like I was living in a haze the entire day and could not for the life of me see where there was a bright spot in all this. Dear Ruth, we still dissent. No one is listening, but we do. Dear Martin, we are still dreaming. The dream is farther and farther out of reach, but we still have it. Dear Gilbert, we are still flying your colors, no matter the danger. Dear Marcia, we still want our gay rights and we want them now. No matter how many people try to take them away. Dear Abigail, they did not remember the ladies. We tried to remind them, but they did not. Dear Harvey, we still have hope. Despite everything, we still have hope. And hope will never be silent. Woo!